What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Real quick, I got a lot of positive reviews on the last two videos, so I just want to thank my friends and a couple people for helping me out with making those videos. One of them being my girlfriend for actually sponsoring this tripod that made all the different shots possible. Two, my buddy Graham, who actually also has a YouTube channel at Greasy FPS. Shout out. He does a couple Warzone videos, and he actually told me something that was really important, which was you should try and be the YouTuber that you want to watch. So that just painted the whole picture of how I want my channel to be. So if anybody, car guys, or actually everybody plays Warzone these days, so if you want to check out at Greasy FPS, check out his Kilo vid. We don't even need another setup. It's just absolutely demonic. And then lastly, another YouTuber friend of mine who goes by the name of Turbo Clock. Check out his videos also, car content. He's been giving me a lot of motivation, getting shit done. So yeah, thanks to all my supporters. And with that said, let's get right into the video. Yummy dust. Patiently waiting to get work done. I know. Later on. Ew, and there's webs in here? There is living things in here. I'm just take these and I'll be on my way. Oh, that's nasty. Oh god. Okay. So today we're going to be working on, excuse the lighting, working on this right here. This is a torque mount which assists with the motor rocking back and forth, and I'm not doing anything to it besides changing the color to match this one. I was going to do them blue, and then I figured, well, I'm not going to be taking out my motor, hopefully, for a very long time. I figured I might as well match up these two mounts because it looks better with them silver. And when I take it out, I can actually show you guys a little bit more and explain how I actually made those a bit stronger than stock, which helps a lot with getting power down to the wheels instead of losing torque in engine rocking and causing CV problems and a whole lot of things that you don't want happening. In order to remove this torque mount, it's actually bolted to the gearbox. There's 3 bolts in the front, which is 1, 2, and then a third one directly opposite this one here on the left. And then there's 2 bolts, one on each side. There's one under here and one on the other side of this actual mount, which is bolted onto the chassis. If I'm correct, they're both 14s and the 3 big bolts are 17s. So you just take out those 5 bolts and then you can get the mount out. Okay, so I've loosened the top 3 bolts. I'm gonna leave them in just to make it easier to get the other 2 at the bottom that's in the chassis out. But let me just try and show you guys where they are so you get an idea. There. So it's this one and that one, and they're both 14 volt bolts, and it's just those 2 and then the whole mount. And obviously once you loosen the top 3, once you take the top 3 completely out, then the whole thing will come out. And it won't affect anything else. It's just bolted into the bell housing of the gearbox, so don't stress about your gearbox falling or anything. It's all good. Also, if you noticed, I actually took my wheel off, and you don't really need to take your wheel off. It makes it easier to get to these 2 bolts. Okay, so this is the torque mount I was talking about. Now it's really easy to get out, except it's just really time consuming because there's one radiator hose that's in the way of like all 3 of these, so you have to work around that. But Once you get past that, it's pretty easy. And I mean, these things are just long, so it takes a while to get out. But other than that, it's quite simple. It's just 5 balls. And strengthening these, there's actually, so this one is on the gearbox, and like I was saying before, these actually help with your motor rocking back and forth. So if your motor is doing that, then it's possibly these on the other side of the front of the motor that are worn out. They normally have, it's like just rubber, and the rubber around it is connected at 3 points or 2 points, and the rubber over the years gets old. Obviously, with this car being 22 years old, the rubber is really, it was nothing. And getting things like innovative or Hasport mounts is way over budget. So what you can do is keep the stock mounts, and you get this liquid, or I don't know what type of material it is, but it's the same stuff they use on windscreens to seal your windscreen to the car. It's called Sikaflex, Sikaflex, Sikaflex. Get some gloves. Get some gloves, because the stuff is really sticky, and it'll take days to get off your fingers. So you keep your stock mounts, fill it up with this Sikaflex. Just make sure it like goes all the way through on both sides. I don't know if you can see it on both sides, and it should look something like that. And then you leave it out in the sun for 2 days, and then it should be hardened right through, and then you can bolt it back on the car. And it actually, I immediately noticed a huge difference with, like, even just starting the car. You can feel there's a lot more vibrations. So that's one downside, is you have more vibration, but you're not going to be breaking CVs or having any other issues that comes with your motor moving back and forth in between shifts or on hard acceleration. So I think one small downside, to save the cost of a lot of mechanical problems, definitely very worth it. And you can get Sikaflex for like 150 bucks at Boulder's Warehouse or something. So I mean, 150 bucks compared to 2 grand CVs aside. Come on, guys. And you can do it at home. It's so easy. So aside from that, that's just about these actual mounts. The only reason I did blue was because I figured, oh, I'm gonna paint my engine and gearbox silver, but I'm like, well, my engine and gearbox is not going to be out for very long, so might as well just do silver and it'll match up for now. Okay, so now that it's all sanded, I'm just gonna do a final wash, like with just water or even just soapy water as well, just to get this like sanded bits off and just clean the surface in preparation for primer, which I'm gonna put primer mostly where there's like bare metal. I'm not really gonna focus on priming the whole thing, and then paint. So the reason for washing it off with soapy water is not just to clean it off, but actually I use dishwashing liquid actually, because it's a degreaser. Mix with some water and then spray that. That's like my cleaner, because you don't want like any type of finger oils or anything on the surface that you are going to be painting, so you want that to be as clean as possible. Also, if you can, try to spray inside on a table or something, not outside on a bin bag with old paint on it like I have to use, because it just lowers the chances of getting dust or old paint or anything else that you don't want in your paint stuck in it. So try and spray your stuff inside, mask everything off that you don't want sprayed, and then yeah, I don't have anywhere else or any way else of spraying, so this is how I have to do it. But if you can do it better, then definitely do that. Alright, so it's going to be same as yesterday. 2 coats primer, 3 coats paint. I'm not going to clear it, but I think I should be good without doing any types of clear coat and too much primer. So yeah. Okay, so while that's drying, these inner fenders have been bothering the hell out of me. I know nobody sees them, but I'm gonna know they're there and I'm gonna know they're dirty, so I'm gonna clean those. I just give them a good washing and then put the mount back on and everything back together. So here it is. This thing actually looks, this is gonna look amazing inside the engine bay. I think it looks brand new, like the way the light shines off the, okay, close up is not too, but like if you look at it, you know, in the light and the like reflections hitting off of it, this thing looks fire. And it's gonna be perfect inside my engine bay. I don't even need to do my block or gearbox with things like this inside the bay. It's gonna clean it up real nice. Then with going back in, like putting this back in, we're gonna do it basically the same way I took it out, except we're not gonna do everything in reverse. We're gonna do it the exact same, where these 3 bolts are gonna go first to keep it upright, like this, and then the 2 bolts on this side will go last, so that you don't have to, like, you know, do this whole balancing act thing. And there it is. It's looking quite nice and matchy. Actually comes out really nicely through the blue. It's perfect. This is exactly what I wanted it to look like. My little inner fenders also came out quite nice. I mean, I just cleaned them. Obviously it's not perfect, but much better than it was before. So that's gonna be it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to hit that like, give me a subscribe if you haven't already, hit the notifications bell, because it seems like I'm busting out the content here, but we'll see, because now I'm done with my car, at least for now. Definitely gonna be starting on the B20 in the next videos. If you stayed right till the end, thanks for watching me, thanks for supporting me, even though it's just 3 videos, but got a lot of positive responses and reviews from everybody that did watch my videos. So thank you everybody for the wonderful support, and peace out.